Hey everybody, welcome to another review from Izzy Said Mega Escape on YouTube. Today's review is based off of Godzilla vs. Kong, and I just finished watching the film about a couple hours ago, and it is 10:49 p.m. And before I get into the whole details of this review, I want everyone to know that anyone who is new to the channel that's happen to find that the YouTube search engine or word of mouth, and you happen to enjoy my content, feel free to hit the subscribe button below and spread the word to your friends and family. And anyone who isn't new and has still been here since the initial inception of this channel, thank you, and I hope you all continue to enjoy my work. Godzilla vs. Kong. Before I get to the details, let me just go ahead and say that this is spoiler free. And once we get to the end of the review, I'm going to ask what you thought about it and who you believe won. As a kid, I grew up watching all forms of King Kong, Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Gamera. I mean, you name it. Any type of kaiju film that was immensely popular with me as a child, I watched it. And when it came to the storyline, usually what I would do was, I think what any kid did during that period, was I would fast forward just to get to the action of Godzilla destroying the cities, King Kong destroying cities, what have you. When the very first Godzilla came out, when they were beginning the MonsterVerse, it was one of those type of films that received a polarizing mixed reception, and the fact that it focused too much on the humans while focusing little on Godzilla, and wasn't enough action. And anytime the action was about to occur, they cut away. All you saw was the aftermath. Godzilla King of Monsters was released, and it improved upon the monster action, but yet still focused too much on the humans. My concern before this film was released was it was going to be focusing once again too much on the humans and not enough on the monsters. Let me just once again state, this film, the plot is absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's ridiculous, but of course you're not watching it for the plot. You're simply just watching it for the action that you know is about to unfold. Same with the Fast and the Furious films. You know none of the storyline is going to make any sense. It's just the action is going to be fun, and that's all you're here for. The plot is simply about how Godzilla is attacking the specific sites with no type of propagation whatsoever, and they're attempting to find the energy source as to why he's behaving in this pattern, and they're using Kong to do it. That's the plot. I mean, that's literally the plot of the movie. And when it comes to the acting, again, you don't care about the acting. So I just want to go ahead and state the obvious there. So, of course, I thought that it was going to be focusing a lot on the humans that I didn't particularly care about. Whenever there's a kaiju film, I'm always of the mind that I just want to see some humans get eviscerated and stomped and crushed and eaten. That's all. That was this whole... We need to find out exactly what the patterns are. We need to be connected to them. That makes no sense to me. But I thought there was a moment in the film where it was a really cool emotional moment between the little girl and Kong, how they formed a bond with one another. I thought that was very nice and emotional and beautiful to see. But other than that, again, I'm all about the action when it comes to stories like this. But so let me just, I'll also say that it was a massive improvement. Godzilla vs. Kong did everything that I wanted to do as far as providing the necessary escapism that a lot of people are yearning for these days. And the fact that it has been such a monumental success, given the current state of what is going on within our world today, is just mind-boggling, and it's much deserved too. When it comes to Godzilla vs. Kong, I love the fact that it was simply a film that is bringing people together, and has provided the necessary excitement, escapism that people really, truly are in need of these days. And it's all about the action. It's all about how improved this computer-generated imagery is as well. I mean, when you compare the first two Godzilla films that was released fairly recently, and then between this, it's just the leaps and bounds of improvement that they have made with how realistic Godzilla vs. and Kong look, just beautiful to see. And it's returning more to the traditional methods of filmmaking when you are watching the action unfold before your eyes and the director is pulling the camera back. I love being able to see exactly what's going on, and because whereas before, at least from my perspective, you couldn't particularly tell what was going on, and that was another complaint that I had with the first two Godzilla films, where it was just so much of the camera, shaky cam, and you really couldn't appreciate the beauty and the majesty of watching these behemoths appear and move on the big screen. That's massively just improved with this film. And needless to say, the action is just spectacular. It's beautiful. It's improved. Watching King Kong and Godzilla literally destroy cities and fight each other took me back to how I felt when I was watching these particular kaiju films as a kid. It was just amazing. I loved everything about this film. It did everything that I wanted to do. It just brought me back. It literally brought me back to just being able to turn my brain off for about an hour and a half to 2 hours and just have some fun with it. And Godzilla vs. Kong is absolutely a fun thrill ride from beginning to end. It just did what it needed to do. There's nothing important as far as philosophical messages. There's no political allegory implemented within the confines of the story. It's simply what you want. If you want to see something exciting and action-packed, this is what it's all about. If you are looking for anything that is going to make you think, this is not for you. I do recommend Godzilla vs. Kong. I think it's one of those type of storylines and films actually that caters to everybody, and it has brought everybody together just because of how successful it is. And I find myself believing that it's even good for kids, if that makes any sense. Kids nowadays love to watch things just go boom on the screen. And this is what it does. And God, even though it's not necessarily a spoiler because everybody knows that he's in this film, when Mechagodzilla shows up, that is by far one of my favorite moments of the film, because I always want to see Mechagodzilla on the big screen, and just his action sequences between him, Godzilla, and Kong was just absolutely just breathtaking. Absolutely wonderful to see. And just again with Godzilla versus Kong laying into haymakers to one another and destroying everything in their path, just once again breathtaking. I cannot recommend this film enough. Just great action from beginning to end. Wonderful visuals. I mean, the visuals is just absolutely beautiful. The music that is associated with, of course, the fight sequences is just epic. It's simply epic. I'm not going to go into any spoilers as to who won or who lost. That's the question I'm going to pose to you guys. When it comes to Godzilla vs. Kong, what did you think about it? I'm going to have to go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5, 2 thumbs up. I want to know exactly what you thought about it, who you believe won, and then hopefully we can go ahead and have a discussion about it. Either way, that's my review of Godzilla vs. Kong. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you'll be hearing from me again with Mortal Kombat coming out next week. Take care, peace out, and be safe. Adios, my friends.